Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for tuning in and following me on my journey on this GLP-1 medication that I'm currently taking. I am currently on the medication Zepbound, which is has the active ingredient tirzepatide. I've been on this journey now a little over 9 months. This is crazy. I think I say that every video now, so apologies ahead of time. So yeah, it's been a little over 9 months that I've been on this journey, taking the GLP-1 medication. I've been on the medication Zepbound for most of my GLP-1 journey. So I'm coming on today to give you guys an update on week 43 of my journey on GLP-1 medication. I am currently taking the 10 milligrams dose of the Zepbound medication. I am on my third box of the 10 milligrams Zepbound. And I just took, I believe, my second pin in the third box. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have 2 more pins left on the current box that I am taking for the Zepbound medication. So I'm just coming on to do my regular, weekly update, give you guys the information, and also share what I found out when I went to see my doctor this time around. I shared with you guys in the previous video that I am at my goal weight, or a little bit below the goal weight that I told my doctor, which was 165 pounds. So I am thinking about going into maintenance at this point and not wanting to really lose any more weight or much more weight past where I am now. So I will share with you guys what my doctor and I decided. So I'm trying to open my phone so I can give my notes for you guys. So going over the normal weekly stuff that I go over, which is my weigh-in and all that stuff. So I weighed in. So I took my shot on last Thursday. It is now Tuesday. So happy Tuesday, or happy whatever day you are watching this video. So I took my shot last Thursday on the 30th. I did weigh in that morning, and I weighed in at 160 pounds, 160.4 is what I weighed in at. So that is a total decrease in weight from the previous week of 2.2 pounds. I weighed in the previous week at 162.6. So, and I think, yeah, and then the previous week was 164.6, which was a total of 2 pound difference. And then this past weigh-in, it was 2.2 pounds difference that I saw in my weight decrease on that particular week. So again, as I mentioned previously in this video, I am on the 10 milligrams dose. I did my shot. Now, I believe I did it in my thigh. I was just going over my notes before hopping on to film this video, and I just realized that I did not put the information in my app. So I'm trying to go, with my rotation. As some of you know, I do a rotation with my shot injection sites, and I do the stomach each side and then the thigh each side is how I go on my rotation. So according to the rotation, I should have been on my thigh, I believe, but I can't remember exactly. Let's see if I can see here. Thigh, stomach. Oh no, I'm sorry. So it was a stomach injection site. So that's where I did the injection site for this week on for week 43 for this particular injection site. I actually, now I think about it, I do remember it because it was I don't want to say like painful, but it was kind of painful. Like I just kind of felt it. The needle it was kind of harsh, and I don't know if it's the way that I was holding my skin a particular way, or obviously as I'm down over 60 pounds now, so my stomach doesn't have as much meat anymore, thank goodness. So I think I have to kind of be more mindful about how I'm injecting in certain areas and not holding it so tight. But I do remember that now, that shot site was a belly shot, and I remember the needle it hurt a little bit. I didn't have a lot of blood. I haven't had a lot of blood on my injections lately, which is great, because I did experience that some time ago where I would have a little bit, not a whole lot. Some weeks were more than others, but I haven't really experienced that. This past week I had a little bit. I just wiped it up and I was good to go, and that was that. So I do remember, because I was looking to see if there was a bruise. Those of you who have been on this journey for me for a while, may remember I shared weeks ago, have no clue what week it was, that I did an injection on one of my thighs one day, and I did notice that it was fairly more painful than the usual, and I had a bruise for a few weeks after that. So I was kind of checking to see if I would have a bruise, and I didn't this time, so that was good, even though this injection was a little painful for sure. So as far as side effects go, thankfully, I think I'm probably past those really strong side effects while taking the 10 milligrams. So I haven't experienced the nausea and the heartburn that I was experiencing previously when I started the 10 milligrams dose. Now, as far as the fatigue, that is still a thing. I am still experiencing that, as I've shared over the past couple of weeks, how that has been going. So that particular side effect is still happening on the 10 milligrams dose. So that's it as far as side effects go. That would be, all that I can share as far as that goes. So moving on to share with you guys what we talked about in my doctor's appointment. So my doctor was very, very excited to see my numbers and how much I had lost, how much weight I had lost, starting from the beginning until now. And according to her records, I am at over 60 pounds down from the start of this journey. So I do want to say, though, I went to my doctor's appointment on Friday. I weighed in on Thursday. I'm just pulling my documents so I can share the right information. I weighed in on Thursday, and then when I went to the doctor's on Friday, the number was different. But I will say, though, it was later in the day. And, once you've eaten and drank and stuff like that, your weight will show a different number. I usually weigh in right away in the morning when I do my weigh-ins, typically. So that's the number that I like to have when I do my weigh-in. So I do have to factor in that when I weighed in at my doctor's appointment, it was later in the day, and I definitely had, had some food and drank some like water and my coffee and whatever else I had before I went to my doctor's appointment. So when I got there, I weighed in at 164 at the doctor's appointment. So it's 4 pounds roughly higher, almost, give or take, than I weighed in the day before. I didn't even share that with her. I don't think it's a big deal. It is what it is. The scale said what it said. So my BMI for her record, or for, my doctor's record, is 30. It's 30.01 is the exact number that is tracking it. On my Shotzi app, according to where I weighed in last Thursday, it's 29. Let's see. 29.3 is where I am as far as the BMI on here. But again, I weighed in about roughly 4 pounds lighter than I did at my doctor's appointment. So I guess that makes sense. So I did ask her, being that I'm at my goal, I said, should I go into maintenance now? And she said, because my BMI is still higher than where it should be, that I couldn't go into maintenance. So I would still need to be taking the medication. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to get down to be too much smaller than I am now. I am ready to get to a point where I want to start toning and, just getting those areas tight and right that I want to work on. So I do understand the whole BMI thing for her. But for me, going past 160, I think, would be a little too much. Now, maybe going down to maybe about a 155. I don't even think a 150 would be ideal for me as an adult woman, in my height and everything, even though I'm 5'2". So I think, typically I think they want to see me around the 150 range for that. So I'm not looking to get down to 150. That's just not my goal. I don't want to be that slim. So here's the thing. So I did talk to her about the 10 milligrams, and I shared that I believe that it is leading to the fatigue that I'm experiencing and the low energy that I have been experiencing. So I asked her if we can go down to a lower dose. Now, unfortunately, because of how my insurance is, I can't go down to a 7.5. They only allow me one box of the 7.5, and that goes for all of the 0.5 doses. So like the 2.5, 7.5, 12.5, we can only have 1 month on that, and then we have to go up or whatever, or down. So we decided that I'm going to go back down to a 5 milligram of the medication and see how that goes. Now, I honestly, transparently, I didn't talk about this plan that I'm going to share with you guys now with my provider because it didn't come to mind while I was there. So I've decided, because I don't want to jump straight from a 10 milligrams to 5 milligrams of the medication. So my plan is to finish my box that I'm on the 10 milligrams, because I did ask her if I should finish and she said yes. So I'm going to finish my box of the 10 milligrams that I'm currently taking right now. And then I'm going to take a break on my GLP-1 medication, or the Zepbound medication. And I'm thinking roughly about 3 to 4 weeks is what I'm thinking. And then I'm going to start back on the 5 milligrams dose, just so I don't, go straight down to a 5 milligrams. I don't think it's going to be beneficial for me. I think the 5 milligrams is just not going to be enough medication after being on the 10 milligrams. So that is my thought. Feel free to share. I always tell you guys, if you have any experience, please let me know. I'm also open to your, ideas as well. That's just something I've come up with after, doing or going to my doctor's appointment. And I think that would probably be the best or ideal plan while going down to the 5 milligrams. Now, she and I did also talk about, because we only did the one box. Usually she, goes ahead and prescribes, about 90 days of the medication. So we just went with the one box just to give it a try. And she did tell me that if I see that things are creeping up weight-wise on the 5 milligrams, then we would go back to the 10 milligrams. So that is the plan. That is my plan. So my plan is to finish up the 10 milligrams that I'm on, and then take a break on the GLP-1 medication, and then start back on my 5 milligrams dose that she has recently prescribed for me. So that is what happened, you guys. I know I had been sharing with you guys, or telling you guys on previous weeks, that I had an appointment coming up, and I would let you guys know how that went. I am technically not supposed to be on maintenance because my BMI is still above where it should be. So I'm still having to take the medication according to my doctor. Now, like I was sharing with someone the other day, I think I'm going to essentially put myself on maintenance because I don't want to be too slim. That was not my goal. That's not my plan. I do have some areas, like especially like my core, my belly area, that I want to get, tight and right, and continue to lose the fat in that particular area. But I think it's going to take more than me just being on the medication. I'm going to have to put in the work for that, for sure. So yeah, that is the plan. That is the update on week 43, and the update on my most recent visit with my provider regarding my Zepbound medication. For those of you who may know, as I've shared also on this channel, I did just have a birthday and I just turned 40. So I'm just learning and, getting to know, my body and everything that, happens with me at this age. And, it takes time. So that is the plan. Of course, I will come on and keep you guys posted and updated on, what's next. And of course, share with you guys. I do plan to continue to share even when I'm on my breaks from the medication, just to give you guys an update on what's happening while I'm on the breaks. Hopefully it will be good news. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And yeah, that would be that. I do want to share, because somebody asked a while ago what the pen looks like on the 10 milligrams. I don't think I ever shared a 10 milligrams pen. Give me a second. So I have been saving this for a little while. This is the 10 milligrams pen. This has been used here. So you see the rubber there because it has been used. So it looks the same as all of the other pens pretty much. I do have some 5s that I could probably share to compare, but it really looks the same as all of the other pens that I've taken, on the Zepbound. So just wanted to share that. I meant to share it last week and I forgot, so I apologize. I'm sorry. But that's what it looks like. Used for 10 milligrams. So yeah, that is the update, you guys. Thank you for tuning in and keeping up with me on my GLP-1 journey. If you are new, subscribe to my channel so you can continue to keep up with me on my GLP-1 journey. If you haven't yet, please give this video a thumbs up. Share if you think this information would be helpful to someone else. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.